Ranking Member Klobuchar, and again, Senator Welch, my co-leader on this legislation. Welcome to all the panel members, and thank you for taking time out of your day for something obviously is important, near and dear to all your hearts. So I appreciate it. I want to start off with Chef Byler. Can I call you Chef?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't get to hear all your testimony. I'm reviewing it here, but it sounds to me like when you offer students a choice of milks, consumption goes up, and can you just speak really quickly to that again?
Sure.
Giving them choices, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. The milk that we were ordering increased by 50%, and the waste decreased by 95% during the trial year that we did.
That's incredible. I mean, it's absolutely incredible, and it's amazing when we do a little education, a little coaching, a little teaching, a few choices, that eventually the consumer makes these choices. When you're considering the cost of a student's meal, the lunches that you're in charge of, I'm sure you do have to think about cost a little bit. And I hate to ask a question I don't know the answer, but is milk an expensive item, or how does the cost of milk formulate into that school lunch program as you think about the cost of the nutritious lunch you're serving?
Sure. I mean, nationwide, we have about $4.50 to put a lunch together, and that includes everything, all of our overhead costs. In Pennsylvania, where I'm at, in northwestern Pennsylvania, the cost of milk is about 27 cents. So
for a carton?
Correct. Okay. Yes. So
I just remember again growing up, like Peter said, at 10 o'clock every morning, the milk lady came in, and they were a nickel, and I got a dime. I had a dime to spend on them, and had an extra milk ticket to punch at lunch because my parents wanted me to have extra milk, and I still credit milk to so many great things as well. What is your advice to us that we're missing so far as we try to bring, in my opinion, whole milk back to the school?
I think it was said very well several times today. We can do better. I think if we just bring back the milk choice to schools, we would see a huge increase in consumption, a huge decrease in waste, and satisfaction for our students would be through the roof.
And one of those choices would be whole milk.
Absolutely.
Right, as well. So, Dr. Ayoob, I want to talk to you a second. So I'm the OB, I got to bring the baby in. You're a pediatrician, right?
I'm not a medical doctor, I'm a doctor of nutrition.
Of nutrition. For some reason, I thought you were in pediatrics. Don't know where I got that. You started talking about osteopenia and osteoporosis, and I just want to drive this home. There's just nothing more frustrating, challenging in my life when an elderly woman has osteoporosis and her vertebrae have collapsed, and really, I mean, they're in horrible pain. They're in the emergency room, and it's not like it's not like replacing a hip. I can't go in there and help those folks out. So just speak a little bit more what you're seeing clinically when it comes to osteopenia and porosis, and how important it is that you reach your maximum density around 26, 28, and then it's downhill from there unless you're taking some pretty aggressive medications.
I can tell you, I mean, since my clinic deals mostly with kids, but I see what happens with their parents who grew up, who were young parents who did not grow up and with drinking a lot of milk, and they do suffer. They do pay the price, and knee problems, hip problems, etc. I take dietary histories on all the kids that I see, and I always want to focus on the balance of nutrients that kids are getting. And if I see food groups that are missing, that's a red flag for me. And I always ask them, I said, do you drink the milk in school? And I want to find out why. And they say, well, I don't like it, okay? And I know what kind of milk is offered. It's skimming 1%. It may not be what they're used to, but that's a missed opportunity. You know, that's just a missed opportunity. Now, some kids will drink the milk fine, and I'm not worried about taking away options. I just want to make sure that the full spread of options is there so that kids can get the milk that they want and they can actually drink the entire carton of it.
Yeah, I meant to ask Chef Byler what the options were at school these days, but I still want to sugar sodas aren't just neutral. When it comes to osteoporosis and penia bone, it's actually going the wrong direction. Go ahead.
Can I speak 1 second? Also, if kids don't get the kind of milk they drink, they're going to end the school day with 8 ounces less fluid. They're going to be thirsty. Right. They're going to be hungry because there's protein and nutrition in that milk. And they're going to go right down to the corner, at least where I live in New York City, and they're going to go buy some 24-ounce bottle of swill. Okay, it's basically sugar.
Yeah,
water,
because
and-
milk is what? Is it 80% water, 90%?
Yeah,
I forget.
but they're going to a bottle of something.
Something to get hydrated.
That's going to have, first of all, more sugar than they're getting an entire week in school. But even then, it's got no nutrition in it, and that's losing.
Yeah, but emphasize, though, soda isn't just, you don't lose the benefits of milk. It's actually, soda is really hard on your bones. Is that right, Chef Tyler?
Yes.
Okay, I better yield back. Thank you so much.